All right, welcome to Byfield, Massachusetts, home of the Triton Vikings, Triton Regional High School, and 2021 Field Hockey Playoffs. I'm Patrick Heffernan, joined by Robin Volpone, a VIP in field hockey circles here in Massachusetts. Am I right?
Yeah, I hold a couple of positions in this spot, yes.
Hold a couple of positions. Let's get that out on the table first. You're coming in here as head of all the referees for all of Eastern Massachusetts, yes?
Not all of Eastern Massachusetts, just a handful of leagues. So Cape Ann League is one of the leagues that I assign for, yes.
Excellent. So one thing that has been constant all the time that I've been calling Triton sports is that I'm always mystified by the referees and their calls. So tonight you're gonna be able to help us out and make sure we don't get anything wrong, right?
I will explain everything that happens out there. How's that?
Fantastic. So this is actually round 2 of the playoffs. The Vikings got a bye for the first round. And Old Rochester, who's the visiting team tonight, driving a couple hours to get here.
Yes, they had to drive.
Down by the Cape. They come in having beat Gardner. They were the 29th seed coming into the playoffs, and they beat number 36 Gardner. So they're here tonight to face Triton, who missed the playoffs last year, but look to do some damage this year. Number 4 coming into this tournament.
Yeah, nice high seed, and if they can win here tonight, they'll be able to host another game going forward. So one of the bonuses of being a high seed.
Yeah, that would be fantastic, yeah. And hopefully do it like a 3 o'clock start instead of a 5:30, 5 o'clock start.
Actually helps the assigner when they're later, so.
And that's your first priority,
yes.
So okay, all right, fair enough. And have you seen this team play many times this season or no?
I have not seen Old Rochester play at all. I believe I watched an early season game for Triton back in September.
And they had a good season overall. I mean, 12-3-3 for a total record 9-3-2 in the Cal, coming in off of a win and a couple ties their last 3 games.
Well, the Cape Ann League is so strong. It's good to see this new format with the state tournament where they don't have sectionals anymore and you're playing different teams because, you know, the Cape Ann League teams usually play each other again in the state tournament after, you know, playing each other for the whole season. So it's good not to see a Cape Ann opponent right off the bat.
So a chance here for Triton to score. Number 2 bringing it down. Just to bring it inside. A little bit of chaos in front of the net.
So we have a penalty corner coming up. Any foul on the defense inside the circle will issue a penalty corner for the attacking team.
And it was Paige Levitt that brought it down this right side and kind of set him up. So she's got to pass it out to a teammate, right, to get a
Yeah, she's the inserter, and everyone else is outside the circle. Ball has to come outside. Now it can go back in.
Got to score within the circle.
Right, you can only score with an attacking touch inside the circle.
It's a little bit like if basketball, if they limited you to only scoring inside the paint. That would be could be a little limiting. That's maybe why the scores are typically under 3 goals a game, right?
You know, they're not very high scoring for sure.
So what's that mean for the strategy? Is it a lot of sort of be patient, feel out the defense, or do you try and strike early?
Your highest scoring percentage is when you get a corner, so you're really trying to either draw some type of foul when you're inside the circle. The more corners you get, the better chance you're going to have to score.
And in terms of mixing up the plays on the corner, is it usually the same girl that inserts, or do you usually change it up depending on what the defense is giving you?
Typically the same player is the inserter.
Chance here for Triton again. Looked like she got tripped up. She did. They got to give her a little space, right?
Right, 5 yards. Everyone has to be 5 yards away with inside the 25, and the ball has to travel 5 yards before it can go in the circle.
Breakaway chance now for Old Rochester. It's a young Old Rochester team that's out here right now. I think there's one senior captain. All the rest are juniors, and there's even a freshman starter. Triton gets possession back. Sends it long. Nicely done. Keeping it right in the center. She's got Paige with her on the edge. There's Paige with a chance.
That's good.
And that's in.
That was
Paige
a great
Levitt
job
with a great score.
Well, it was a great job by Maddie Hillock. She basically passed it to herself on a breakaway and then saw the open player on the right-hand side. That was a great pass.
And it looked like the momentum swung really quickly because it looked like they were actually going to get something going, Old Rochester, but they really never held it in the offensive end for very long.
No, I don't think it would even went by the 25. So
a quick turnover and Triton's on the board early into this first quarter. So again, this Old Rochester team ranked 29th coming into this tournament.
Triton scored by number 2, Paige Levitt.
Triton number 4. And to your point about the Cape Ann League, North Reading was number 17 coming in, Newburyport number 7, and of course Pentucket ranked number 3 in this tournament.
North Reading and Newburyport ended up losing their first round games, so but still have a couple. Ipswich is still in, Manchester Essex is still in. They play, Ipswich plays, they play Wednesday, Ipswich and Manchester Essex.
And Pentucket is on the other side of the bracket from Triton as the number 3 seed.
Right. They're playing Thursday at noon.
Yeah, I guess you would know all the schedules.
Yes.
Yes. That is your job. Pretty solid defense on the wing there by Old Manchester. I'm going to mess up this name all night. Old Rochester. Manchester, Old Manchester, Manchester Essex. We'll call them a lot of things, and we'll try and say Old Rochester as much as we can. A strong fan and parent supporting from the Old Rochester folks who had to drive, like we said, 2+ hours to get here on a Monday night. Triton's defense giving the ball up a little bit here. Kelly Samantha can't quite clear it. Paige Levitt coming all the way down, but it's out. It's going to be Old Rochester ball.
So they'll set up a little block up right here.
Here we go, let's go, Black, get open!
Nice job finding the hole.
Still controlling. Oh, there's Triton has it again now. Swings it out to the wing. Another chance for a breakaway, sort of slowed down by good defense by Old Rochester. Little flick on.
Maddie using her speed.
A lot of chaos there right in the center. She's got Paige on her right in front of her again. Some solid defense. What was the call there? She kicked it?
Yeah, it went off Blue's foot.
Yeah. A great play there by number 8 for Triton.
It's a great block tackle.
Centers it, but right to Old Rochester, unfortunately. Managed to flick it out. Their midfielder's really not sort of keeping that control, taking any long runs with it, you know? I mean, it's early in the game, but...
Right.
Here comes Old Rochester again. Chance down the wing. Looks like it's going to roll out. Yeah, it is. So it's Maddie Hillick all the way up in the front, right? For Triton. Who's our player that's right up there in the front?
That's Maddie Hillick.
Maddie Hillick,
yeah.
Okay. And then coming near the ball right now.
Is that Channing? I believe it's Channing.
Hillick on the ball. Sends it out to
nice
Paige.
Flat pass.
Paige couldn't quite control it, though. It is. It's Channing who's number 11. We'll get the names by the end of it. She's been playing a lot right in the center. She's got a lot of the messing up the Old Rochester attack there.
Well, the forwards are usually responsible for any of the block-ups, so she's always going to be on the front trying to block that initial hit.
And they really have to play the whole field. It's not like soccer where you can just sort of hang back.
Well, the middies definitely do. I mean, attack, depending on the philosophy of the coaches, how far they have their attacks come back.
It's off her foot again. How much is that a tactic to sort of just hit it off the defender's foot just to slow things down? That's massive, huh?
Inside the circle, you look for their foot so that you can get that corner.
And on the defensive end, you're doing the same thing. You're trying to get the stoppage by hitting the foot.
You're more concerned with getting the ball out to the sides and getting it out.
Good clearance by old Rochester. Chance to put something together here. Or maybe not. Triton takes the ball away really nicely. Keeps control of it out of bounds. Yeah, there really hasn't been a sustained attack at all by old Rochester so far. 6 minutes into this.
Bus ride might have gotten to him a little bit. Need to warm up in this first quarter.
Did you ever have to take a drive that far for a game, 2.5 hours? For a high school game?
During the state tournament, when we made it past the North Finals, yeah, we had to go all the way down to Bellingham, I think it was, something like that. So, but not so much, before when they were all the tournaments was by section, you didn't travel that far until you made it past a certain point.
Chance now for Triton, centered.
Beautiful center pass.
Can take a shot. There's another good shot, it's in. Nicely done.
Number 13.
So MIAA Sullivan puts Triton on the board again. Second goal of the night here in the first quarter.
So old Rochester just kind of retreated back into the circle, but then they didn't mark anyone, so she was wide open.
She was, right at the center too. Beautiful shot to score from. Beautiful place to score from.
Triton goal scored by MIAA Sullivan.
And the Triton crowd, it includes a student section today, which is nice. Good to see the students coming out for playoff field hockey. Including a coffee delivery, which is always nice. Yeah. Sorry, I would have had one delivered for you too, but I don't know your coffee order, so. And there's another whistle going the other way. It's a fast start too. You don't sort of wait around for.
No, you can self-start in this game. You don't need the official to tell you to go, as long as you self-start from where the foul happened.
It's kind of nice. Keeps the flow going.
Right.
Little fight there in the middle. Triton can't quite come away with it. Now they do. Out to that wing again. So it looks like old Rochester has some speed when they get it going. They just haven't been able to string together enough passes. Chance again for Triton. In and out.
So before that pass even came down, Triton had 3 attack up, and there was only 2 old Rochester players back. So, already Triton's putting numbers up ahead, and they're just waiting for that, perfect pass.
Coach has got to see that for old Rochester, right? You would think?
You would think.
Chance now. Back out by old Rochester. Here they come, a little counter. Stopped immediately by Triton. Put back into the circle. Paige Levitt, a great little play there. Can't quite get around the defender though. Fouled again, or foul again.
Yep, there was a foot, so it's a corner.
You can take it from either side. That's kind of nice too.
Yes. Yeah.
So Triton didn't get anything off the first one. Let's see if they get one here. Back inside. Flipped it up. Oh, chance right there. Can't quite chase it down. Now she does.
Triton's just quicker to the ball right now, no matter where it is.
Back to the center again. You're making the call from up here.
Sorry.
You told me your fielder, your vision wasn't so great from here.
I can call a game from like 100 yards away.
That's fantastic. Here we go. So this is the third one. I'm going to try and keep stats here, believe it or not, on these corners. Third for Triton so far, just in this opening quarter.
That should be.
Chance again. Total chaos in there, but it looks Triton definitely got the goal. Couldn't quite see who scored it for Triton.
I didn't either. I was watching the goalkeeper. She was down on her stomach trying to stop that ball.
chances.
Vikings goal scored by Channing Marungi.
All right, Channing gets the goal. Along with Page, just spreading the scoring out so far here. And Triton, not a huge bench. I mean, I think they only have a couple players they can bring in. Certainly, I don't know if there's a backup goalie. There must be, right?
Well, whoever they put on the tournament roster can play. So I'm sure some JVs came up to fill up the roster.
And now the first time I think that Old Rochester gets inside the circle. And great defense by Triton. Scoots it right out of there, and here comes Paige Levitt going the other way.
So we got 4-on-3 coming up here.
Off her foot, but they get a play advantage.
Yep.
Nicely right to the middle. Hillick turns. Just keeps possession all the way around.
Yeah, as long as she keeps that ball moving, she won't be obstructing.
Ball all the way back out again. Good
Way to
defense
come up. Oh, that was a good try. Worth the risk because you had 2 people back. So the Triton team's doing a great job of helping out and recovering for each other when someone goes up.
Is that hard to coach, to get defenders to play that far out of position when you know, and give them that
well, you know,
confidence they can do it?
You know, as defenders, that you need to recover back when someone else on your line goes up because you have to keep a diagonal.
Paige with a good play, but she couldn't quite hold on to it. Now, Old Rochester gives it right back to Triton. Not even a chance there for them to hold on to it. Old Rochester coming the other way again. Off the Triton stick. Here they come again. Number 8 getting back on Old Rochester. Got to stick down, make that play, and she does. She pokes it out. Just tracked her the whole way. Well done. Oh, nice. Is that Allie Pugh?
Yeah, I
number
believe
8?
it's Allie, yep.
Yeah. Excellent defense by her.
Yeah, she just kept her stick down, you know, and stayed in front of her.
It's going to be hard to run at that speed and keep your stick down like that. Yeah, this first quarter's gone by fast. Somebody yelling out 30 seconds, and they're right. There's not a lot of time left here. Triton has been pouring it on 3-0. And this is only the second time we've seen Old Rochester get down into the circle, and already they're out of it.
Nice job by Neela Jones. She took that right out to the sideline and just cleared it out.
Is the clock official up on the scoreboard, or is it like soccer where it's the refs?
Scoreboard.
Okay. And there's the gun. End of the first quarter. It's pretty exciting.
It's a good start.
It is a really good start.
It's a great start.
Fast. Triton looks really confident out there, as they should. They're the number 4 seed, hosting a playoff game.
Yeah, they've had to wait the longest to play, so.
Yeah, a lot of the other teams have already had their chance, so good opportunity here for Triton. So Triton in the playoffs is having a good run so far. The volleyball team won its first playoff game, and it was.
I sent a tweet to Paige. I'm like, "Did you see that?" She was like, "Yes."
It was a lot of firsts. It was the first winning season for the Triton girls volleyball team. It was the first playoff berth, and it was the first playoff win.
That's great.
Obviously, the first playoff game at home, and then the first playoff win. So, all the way around, fantastic. And
it's
now
so good to see that program, you know, starting to pick up some steam. It was such a great addition, you know, for sport in the fall here.
Yeah, it's been, and I've been calling the games with these 2 juniors who are, you know, now talking about starting the men's volleyball team for Triton. I don't think they're serious, but it wouldn't be nice. It would be nice if.
Right, and the men would play in the spring. They play opposite of the women.
Of the women, okay, all right. And I don't think there are that many boys volleyball programs.
Not up in the
Cape
North
End.
Shore,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. But it's bigger elsewhere.
It is.
Yeah. And then, so you know the Cape End really well. Is it a surprise that Triton, having not made the playoffs last year, 2-6-2 last year?
Did we have playoffs
May
last
not
year?
have even
We did not have.
But they wouldn't have. There was a
The
2-6-2 record, so they wouldn't have made.
Yeah, but the only sports that had tournaments last year were the spring sports.
So, is this a turnaround season for Triton to go from 2-6-2 last year to? I mean, clearly it is, but is it a surprise? Because they were good the year before, so.
Yeah, I think you need to throw everything out about last year.
Yeah.
You know, with the stress that everyone was under and not all athletes were playing sports. it just wasn't your typical year. You know, those that did come out and play, I'm sure it was great for them to be out there, but I don't think you can. I mean, the game had changed so much because of the COVID protocols. They were playing 7v7 on a full field. I mean, that's just exhausting.
That's nuts. That's crazy. They changed a little bit about soccer, but they didn't take players off the field for it.
I think going 9v9 would have been a better choice for last year, but, you know, the committee did a good job doing what they needed to do so that, you know, they could play.
So knowing the Triton program as well as you do, is it a surprise to see them as the 4 seed coming into the playoffs, or is that about where you would expect Triton to end up? I mean, they're solid program,
you know, the
solid team
Cape Ann
every
League
year.
is very strong. So, yeah, anything 10 and above, you're expecting, you know, Cape Ann League teams to be. So, you know, Triton's had a good, strong program for many years. So, it's, you know, it's just, you know, it's good to see them out here. You know, and Donna does a great job.
She does. I don't have notes on how many years she's been coaching, but I suspect it's been a long, long time.
It has been a long time. I don't know the exact number either.
She actually stepped in and coached girls basketball a couple seasons ago,
Paige
as you remember.
absolutely loved it.
Yes, I think all the players did. So,
yes.
Speaking of Paige, she's running down the right side. Chance to score again.
Nice pass.
Oh, that ball came off her foot.
It's all right. But see, again, they had numbers. It was 3v2 there. They're just, you know, they're squirting that pass through, and they're almost getting a fast break each time.
Yeah, just a little more aggressive to the ball, which you're right, could be just a 2-hour bus ride will do that to you. Good play there by Old Rochester, but turns it over to Paige. Paige to Channing. Channing's got Maddie Hillick right there, but she gets it to her.
Goes, yep.
Tries to make a move around her. Refs don't call it. She can swing it outside or take it in herself. She does. Finally loses the ball.
Maybe trying to do a little too much there.
What's that call?
So she came through with her stick, and she created the stick contact.
Okay.
So it's going out.
And it's Devin Karpenko on that far side from us is playing really well, too, on the wing. Back to Channing.
Yeah, they're just not doing a really good job of keeping an eye on, you know, Hillick. She's just waiting there, waiting for a pass.
It's a fun position to be. Up 3-0, being able to sit there and wait for the ball to come to you so you can get on the board as well. It's nice.
Almost like a cherry picker, but not really a cherry picker because, you know, she is moving around and passing the ball.
Triton again. Just great control of the ball until it finally gets turned over, going the other way now. Old Rochester with a rolling start on that. I guess that's okay.
Well, technically you're supposed to control the ball, but, you know, there's something to be said about the flow of the game as well.
Yes, I'm all for it. Really nice play up the wing here. So the combination of Samantha Kelly and Paige Levitt has been really good so far on the side that's closest to us. Oh, but that's off her foot.
Well, the right side is always a strong side because you can only play with the right-hand side of the stick. So, so you want to put your most skilled and strongest scorers on that side.
Is that an advantage then strategically if you can figure out if you've got a really strong score that you can put on the left side where the defense doesn't expect it, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, if you have someone that can use their reverse stick in it and make passes and shoot with the same velocity from their reverse side, then that's a definite bonus.
How often do you see players like that?
At the high school level, a few programs here and there will have a couple of those players. You know, there's so many club opportunities now for field hockey that players are getting stronger each year. So we finally had a little break on defense here with a foul inside the circle. So now Old Rochester is going to get a corner.
Their first opportunity, yep. Ball comes out, controls it, takes the shot right away. Just wide to the left.
So it went off of, there's going to be a 25-yard hit coming in. It went off of a Triton stick. So they have to bring it up to the 25-yard line.
And they can do anything they want with it.
Well, it has to travel 5 yards before it can go into the circle.
Huge breakaway right here. Can't quite, yes, she does keep control of it all the way down. Chance to just center it or shoot.
I love how she looked up.
Center it, oh.
Yeah. So she looked up about the 30-yard line to see if anyone was coming with her.
So Maddie Hillick with a chance there, and she doesn't take it on her own, instead centers it for a teammate. Fortunately, she didn't have a teammate in the right spot, and it's going that way, going Triton's way now. When you're scouting a team like Triton, what are the kind of things that you sort of look for? I mean, we haven't seen the keeper tested at all, but
no. But the first thing you got to know where number 9 is
all the time.
Yes, you do. And whether you put someone on her, and like in basketball.
Yep. Just match up all the time. Yeah. Well, we might see that strategy come out in the second half. About 9 minutes
But they
left
seem
now.
really strong from each line. I mean, I like how the defense is communicating and recovering for each other. The middies are there for support, and the attack's getting down the field. So, they're really firing on all cylinders right now.
They look like a number 4 in the playoffs team.
They do.
That ball doesn't quite leak through. Triton controls it. Again, defender willing to come way up the side. Page spins around with it. Breaks through 2 defenders. Channing with it now. Not quite enough control. What's that call?
It was stick obstruction, but kind of held it a little long.
The ball's going to roll all the way out. It's going to be Triton ball. Tries to bring it in. Brings it to the middle. Right down to Channing. She loses it, though. Yeah, Triton is just right there all the time.
Yeah,
there's nothing in the midfield for Old Rochester.
They're so quick to the ball.
Channing loses it, but it's going to be Triton ball again. And so the Triton, do you know anything about the Triton keeper? We haven't called their name out because she hasn't really been tested yet at all. It's Sophia Chapman. Oh, Sophia Chapman, a freshman. That's why you don't know anything about her. Good for her. They've had a great season.
Right.
For her to be in the playoffs as a 4 seed in her freshman year, that's fantastic. It's always been a strong program, though, right, field hockey? One of the stronger ones the last decade or so.
I think there were a few lean years, but, overall, I mean, back when I was here, we were Cape Ann League champs 3 years in a row and lost in the state semifinals twice, so,
Is that banner up on the wall in the gym?
The banners are up on the wall, yes.
I like it. It's Triton's defense. Gives it up in the midfield this time. Little chance for Old Rochester, but again, they don't have numbers. 2 girls playing offense, everybody else waiting around. Triton gets the ball back again.
A lot of stick stuff going on here.
That's okay or not okay?
I would tend to want to clean it up.
You mean from the referee's perspective?
Yes.
Yep. So the ball, it was Old Rochester ball for such a short amount of time that I didn't even see how Triton got it back, but just like that, Triton's midfielders are just absolutely controlling this game. A little bit of a mistake there. Chance here for Old Rochester to get something going. It's got to be the whole ball out or just part of the ball going out?
The whole ball.
The whole ball. Ball gets all the way in. Keeper stops it.
Yeah, that's a mistake. She should have let it go.
Kicks it out. Why is that?
Because it was outside the circle. You can't score outside the circle.
And what would have happened if she had just...
It would be coming out.
Yeah.
Push it! Get in there!
Nothing for old...
So her defense has got to let her know, but she should have been, you know, that was like by the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
So, but usually they'll tell her, let it go.
That's got to be super hard. Instinctively to let a goal go in like that? I mean, I don't know. Just saying, from a player's perspective, that's going to be tough, even if it is the right thing. Just instinctively. Oh, beautiful pass out to Paige on the wing. And she's got...
You know, but the higher level she goes, you know, in college, that's a huge thing that she played that.
Right.
You know, so, you know, you let it go, that you're giving it back to your team.
All right, as a freshman, we're going to give her a break today.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just saying, as she goes
Next
forward.
year's playoffs, we're not giving her a break, though. All right, we'll be on top of it. Here they come. Paige again on the right side. She's got help on her right. She's going to send it up. No, she's going to continue to play it. Nicely done. Paige keeps it in. Tries to send it to the middle. Stopped by old Rochester. And they just keep playing right away. That's the difference. They're just like so quick on
Their
this ball.
Their pace is much faster.
Yeah, that's been all the difference so far. Just a completely different pace. Right in the center. Keeper kicks it a couple times. And it goes off of a Triton player's foot. But the other thing that old Rochester does is they pass the ball to Triton a lot. It doesn't feel like Triton is turning the ball over that same way as much.
Well, it looks like they're trying, when they do get the ball, trying to play at Triton's pace, and maybe they, you know, aren't looking for the opening because they're just trying to get the ball moving. There's a lot of stick obstruction going on there.
And that's what that call was. Oh, no, that call was,
that was
somebody third party, yeah. Third party obstruction, right?
She's got a great little drive.
Yeah.
She's just got to get it to someone on her team. Nice block tackle.
But again, one of the Triton midfielders is right there to take advantage of just the little window she had. Oh, excellent play by, who is this, number 1? Samantha Kelly. She's having a good game.
Nice pass. That was beautiful. Look at that.
Oh, the ball right there. Old Rochester actually sends it towards the middle. And that's not really going to clear it. But she gets it again. Again, Samantha Kelly on it. And it's going to be Triton ball.
You can hear Donna say, hurry up. So she wants them to play fast.
And again, this quarter's going by fast. Just 2 minutes left now.
Yeah, that's the one thing about moving to quarters. It's really moved the game along. And, you know, they can't take time out, so.
There's no stoppage in play. I mean, this is just non-stop unless somebody scores.
Correct, or if there's a card.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's fantastic. And we called a couple volleyball games that had long periods of nothing happening. I'm happy to see the refs not being part of the game and the game continuing the whole time. It's great. So Triton chance to send it down again in the midfield. Triton keeps possession of it. And again, another call on old Rochester. Setting up Triton. Got Paige deep with really nobody on her. Can she slip the ball in? Nope, she sends it to the middle instead.
She was on the 25, so again, the ball has to travel 5 yards first.
Minute left in this quarter. Minute left in this first half. Triton a chance to score again right here. Oh, and it dribbles in.
Yep.
Fantastic. 4th goal of the game for Triton.
Maddie Hillock on that one.
Maddie Hillock racks one up.
Reverse stick on the short side.
I think the student section even brought the little woo 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 gun to go off. So
Vikings
there
goal
we go.
scored by Maddie Hillock.
Nice. So with a minute left, Hillock puts him up 4-0. So pretty much all of the front line of Triton has a goal now, right? So Sullivan with a goal, Channing with a goal, Hillock with a goal, and Page with a goal.
Who's number 4? I think she just came in for Channing.
Amelia Height. She's actually been in. She started. I don't know if she went out for a little bit.
She's up on the front line right now.
Ball's going to roll out. 30 seconds now to play. It's off black, so here comes Triton. Sends it to the middle. Really well done. Off her stick, though. Old Rochester trying to make anything happen in these last 15 seconds. I don't think it's going to, though.
That's obstruction right there.
There's a call on Triton. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Really not a lot of time to do anything here.
No, but you could try to get a corner because you play those out. So
instead, we'll go to the half. Up 4-0. Gotta like that. Again, goals by Maddie Hillock. Paige Levitt started off, and then Maya Sullivan and Channing. What's Channing's last name?
Marengi.
Good start for Triton. Gotta like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They needed to play. You could tell they were done with practicing. We want to play.
I think they even had a scrimmage in between the last game of the season and tonight. So.
Yeah, they went to Ipswich, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
So the coaches kept them on their toes. They came out fast. Came out definitely playing their speed. And I think one thing you said that it looked like old Rochester was trying to play at Triton speed, and so they were ending up passing the ball straight to Triton players the whole time. And that's a hard thing to do as a coach too, to try and get your players to play your own pace,
right,
especially when you're already down 4-0.
Right. But, Triton's pace was really stretching them out. So old Rochester was all over the place. So they might not even be in their right alignment at some point because they were so stretched out on the field and trying to recover because they were getting beat down the field so often. So
what's old Rochester doing at halftime? What's their adjustment to come back out here and recover?
I'm putting someone on Maddie Hillock.
She's got the 1 goal, probably 2 assists. I don't know.
Right, but she's the catalyst. She's the one that's bringing the ball down and creating everything that's happening.
Yeah.
In the middle. I mean, Paige is strong coming down on the sideline for sure, but when that ball is passed into the middle and Maddie gets it, she's creating everything. She's lifting her head up, seeing, where are my players, where are they going? And, she's looking for them.
Now, is she a senior or a junior?
I believe she's a senior this year.
She's a senior, yeah. And is she committed to anywhere, do you know, for field hockey? Because she's been playing really well. Yeah. Yeah, it's a senior-heavy team, actually. Michaela Erickson, Amelia Height, Maddie Hillock, Paige Levitt, Channing, and I guess that's it. But it seems like a lot of the starters are seniors, so hopefully the program continues to build on it. Anything you say to the Triton team at halftime? What are the adjustments you're making if you're Triton?
Keep the pedal on the gas. Really, I mean, I haven't seen anything that they're not doing well. The defense is recovering. The middies are playing up. They're getting the ball to the attack, and the attack is flying down the field. They look really good.
They only gave up one corner in the entire first half. And honestly, I didn't see how it developed, what happened.
It's probably a foot or a stick hack. That's, 90% of the calls are going to be a foot or a stick obstruction.
And it didn't seem like Old Rochester really was creating a lot of chances down there. I mean, you mentioned they had a chance there at the very end to at least get a corner, but they never really even threatened.
Right. I mean, you just want to throw it into the circle if you can when time's running out because you never know what can happen.
Throw the puck at the net. That's the ice hockey term for it. So, and how about is there anything you need to say to your keeper, your Triton keeper, like keep on our toes, obviously.
Yeah,
but
stay in the game and know where that ball is. Don't fall asleep and keep communicating with your defenders. She's probably key with communicating too, letting them know who's coming down on the right, who's coming down on the left, who needs to be marked. So she can't fall asleep because they're up 4-0.
So how often have you seen a 4-0 score swing in the other direction? Because it feels like these are low-scoring
Not very.
games. Not very.
Not
often.
very.
But you have seen it or no, that you can recall? Because that would be kind of, I mean, I don't want to see it happen, but on the other hand.
Well, I mean, just the other day at Ipswich was up 3-0 with, 3 minutes left, and then can't remember who they were playing. They scored, Seekonk, they scored 2 goals, and with a minute left, it was 3-2. So, you never know what can happen.
Yeah, and there could become some kind of spark. I mean, maybe the old Rochester players are now they're warmed up, now they're ready to go. It took them a half to shake off the bus ride.
But, you can't really spot a team that's flying on all cylinders, 4 goals.
A team that's number 4 in the standings coming into the tournament. So, a good season for Triton all the way around. I mentioned they were 12-3-3. Lost to Pentucket in mid-October, but they beat Pentucket.
Right, they split in the season.
1-0 both games. So those had to have been incredibly intense games. So hopefully they get a chance to see Pentucket again. They beat North Reading twice. They beat Newburyport twice. As you mentioned, I think both of those teams are out of the playoffs. Swampscott, who they played twice, they tied them once and they beat them 2-1 once. So if they have the chance to see Swampscott again, who's number 5,
they're playing tomorrow.
Then they'll have a chance to continue that streak going. So all the way around, just a super strong season by the Vikings.
Yeah, it's good to see. I think last year, anyone that played last year and they're playing this year, it's just probably a little bit more enjoyable just because it's a little bit more normal.
A lot more normal.
And
there's lots of fans here. Last year we called games where there was only one parent per player, and it was just nuts. So and I think the conditioning is, for all the sports we've seen so far, the conditioning is so much better because they had the summer and they had their normal conditioning coming into the season, which makes a huge difference. We saw that across all the sports last year where and it came up with little things. Like I think we even called a game of basketball where missing a lot of free throws, and that's really just a matter of not being able to practice the way they have in the past. So, all right, second half starts. Don't know if there's any major changes on the field. Certainly doesn't look like it. And again, Triton not with a deep bench anyway. So this time we have the left side of the line a lot closer to us, so we'll be able to see Michaela Erickson. Actually, so that's new. Number 7 facing us right here. She's a senior who did not start at the beginning of the game. She's in now. Controls it, sends it out to Paige. Again, you want to sort of come out and score a goal fast, right? Just sort of put this thing away. Make it feel like the other teams really can't come out of the hole.
I mean, Old Rochester must be a little tired of playing defense. They really want to put something together in the offensive end for a little while. Even if they don't score, just get the ball on the other side of the field for a little while.
And keep it down there, yeah. They really haven't been able to possess down the offensive end for very long at all, or even in midfield off Triton foot. Here comes Old Rochester again. Getting spun around. Good defense by Triton in the midfield. Look to her teammate, but I think she sent it a little too far out. Great little run down the right sideline.
It's so hard to see those orange balls. As an official, night game with the orange ball. It's tough. We want those white ones or the bright yellow.
Why the orange? Is that a team choice or what's
they're great during the day, but at night you lose them. Like right there, I had no idea where the ball was. So.
And that's surprising to me. Why is there a choice? In terms of which ball?
Well, you can use any. There's pink, there's white, there's neon yellow. The neon yellow and the white are the best at night. Pink and orange are really hard to see at night.
How's this field? You never played on this field. Did you ever coach on this field, though? No.
Youth lacrosse.
Youth lacrosse, fair enough. But as a surface, it's pretty good for field hockey, right?
It's a field turf. The best surface for field hockey is like a carpet. It's not typically a field turf, but It's much better than grass, that's for sure.
Really?
Yes.
What is just because grass slows the ball down too much?
Grass slows. I mean, any program that can start their middle school and freshman teams on a turf field, you're putting them in some good way of learning the skills faster and having a lot prettier game. Grass fields are just tough. There's a lot of stick obstruction there.
And is anyone in the Cape Ann playing on a grass field?
Well, Pentucket was this year because Amesbury Sports Park was not available.
Right. I don't think it exists now.
It doesn't, yes. So that's the home field that they had been using for a while. I believe everyone else, and Amesbury is still on grass.
Good play here by Triton down to keep the pressure on. Bringing it into the circle, getting spun around. But still, Triton keeps the possession. Back to midfield. Nice, finds a teammate. Ball just bouncing around like crazy out there. So the Michaela Erickson, who came in, number 7, been playing on this left side, doing really well. Attacking with it. And here comes Maddie Hillick again, right? No, that's 13.
That's 13. Is that Maya?
Yeah, Maya Sullivan. She'll start with it. Nope. She handed over to number 1. Off Paige's foot. She knew it. Oh, no. Wasn't that ball going the other way?
I think they might have missed a 5-yard call.
Are you doing your evaluation of these refs at the same time?
No, not at all. They deserve to be here.
Good. Good to hear. Now, has there been a problem getting refs for field hockey?
The last 5 years we've had issues with not having a lot of numbers, and this year is no different.
So in some of the other sports, the talk is that it's hard to get refs because, particularly last year, they just didn't want to put up with the craziness that was sports last year. But also that just been not as many people in there, want to be a referee.
Well, I mean, you really have to have thick skin to be an official, and you can't have rabbit ears, and you really have to love what you're doing to be out there. It's really not about the money. But, you can only take so much abuse, and that seems to be getting worse and worse each year. So, and yes, the pandemic, when we were shut down, starting back in that spring of 2020, a lot of people realized that they could find other things to do. Right. So they didn't come back.
Right. It's a ball almost into the circle again. Triton can't quite make something happen here. This time they get a chance. Bring it to the center. Ball's in and out the back.
So, but, I mean, if you look at our officials pool, we're getting old. We need some young legs. No, we do.
We're laughing, but
we're trying to target college seniors that are graduating, in both field hockey and lacrosse. A lot of them are going the coaching way, though. So, and then your job has a lot to do with it. Unless you have something, like a teaching job where you can get out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's really hard to be an official.
I think if you do have the passion for the game, it's rare that the passion comes with wanting to be an official rather than wanting to be a coach.
I mean, yes, but there are a lot of people that know what some of these coaches have to go through and deal with as well, and sometimes making your own schedule and, you can make a heck of a lot more money officiating than you do coaching. But again, it's not about that for most people.
Right. Maddie Hillick sent one in and then followed it up, but couldn't quite get there in time. Now the ball's, I was going to say, coming the other way, and it is. Old Rochester with a little bit of a break here.
But see, she's recovering back. Now she moved over, she's going to go behind her. So they're doing a great job of recovering. Staying on a diagonal in the next, it's like the next person up. If you get beat, I'm behind you.
Triton with some good ball handling there. Sends it up, and just like that, Triton's back into the midfield. Loses possession there. But Old Rochester has just not been able to string much together. Another chance again. It's got her head up. Sends it to number 11 for number 14 for Triton. Sends it over to Paige. I don't even have a 14 on our list, so. Another call for Old Rochester.
See, now, like someone behind me just said third party. I should go talk to her after the game.
I'm guessing, like any sport, there's, there are parents who are so dedicated to this and know it really well. And then there are parents like me that are just enjoying it, so.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes the less you know, the better.
Felt like that for volleyball this year, trust me.
See right there, that was third party.
So sends it up, number 14 for Triton. Gets spun around, keeps it, no, loses it off her own foot. Here comes Old Rochester again. So, Old Rochester is playing a better, faster pace. They just haven't strung anything together yet until now, and there it goes. I mean, it does seem like they're playing quicker than they were in that first half.
Yeah, well, it looks like Donna has pulled out a few people, and we're getting some other people in. Yeah.
Ball's going to roll out, and it's going to be Triton ball. Yeah, and good for Coach, because they continue this playoff run. These girls are going to need to know what it feels like to play in a playoff game at night, under the lights, against a good team.
Right, nothing's guaranteed. You might not be able to get people in from the bench on the next game. So
get them some playoff time now.
Yeah,
ball in the middle. Chance there, and it's going to be in. Scooped in. Maddie Hillock, second goal of the night for her.
It was a beautiful hold by the referee. So there was a foul there, but she put her arm out because play was continuing and Triton still had the ball, which ended up getting a shot, and then off the rebound, Maddie gets to put it in.
And she put it in going lefty
reverse
with it.
stick.
Reverse stick on it. So,
Maddie Hillock.
yeah, really well done by her. And also patient. I mean, it seemed like it stuck on her stick for a while before she put it away.
So I think she's coming out right now. So
Two
good on
goals
Donna.
for her, and she's going to have a seat. Bring in hopefully somebody we have a number for and a name. We'll see. Number 15 for Triton tonight. Yeah, 5-0 with 5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Very long bus ride ahead for the Old Rochester team.
Well, they shouldn't have much traffic, though, on the way home.
That's a way to look at the bright side. All right. Ball comes out, goes right back to Old Rochester.
But good for them. This is their second game. They won their first game and they got to move on. And
that is a program. That's what you got to do.
That's
Just take
right.
whatever opportunities you get. So
next year, your goal is to win 2, tournament games. So
to win 2 tournament games and not have to drive 2.5 hours to play Triton.
Well,
So.
I think the way the tournament's set now, there'll still be a lot of driving.
That's a change from years past, right?
Yes. See? She let that one go.
Let that one go.
Yes.
She was listening
Yeah.
to you from all the way up here.
Good for her. And you could hear her teammates yell, "Let it go."
Yeah.
It was outside. So. There's a lot of back and forth with the way the tournament's set up right now with getting rid of the sectionals. Like I said, I kind of like it because, as Cape Ann League teams, we're not playing Cape Ann teams right off the bat.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, we did have Hamilton Wyndham and Amesbury in the first round, but everyone else got to play someone out of their
Right.
league.
Right. Yeah, and that's good, especially when you have one league that's particularly well stacked and you're not eliminating the better teams.
I mean, I think one of the issues this year with it is with the travels because of all the trouble school districts have had getting buses. So they got a little flurry there.
Yeah, good for Old Rochester putting some pressure on finally.
I mean, the costs for some of these schools that are the lower seeds that have to keep traveling are
Yeah.
going to be a lot more. It'd be nice to see if the MIAA contributes a little bit to that.
Ball's going to roll out, and it's going to be Triton ball. So Michaela Erickson here. She heads in, number 3. Sends it towards the middle. Back to Old Rochester. What's that call there? Off her foot again?
Yeah, I think it was a little delayed. Nice little drive. But it's almost like they're not looking where they're putting that drive. I'm just going to hit it straight ahead.
Right, it's to say they're just sort of passing it a lot of times right to Triton. But a chance now, all the way up here, just outside the 15-yard line. Sends it back. Again, a little bit of sustained pressure from Old Rochester. It's off the foot, yeah. Second corner of the night for Old Rochester. Chance here for them to at least get on the board. Last time they had a chance, really nothing came out of it. Ball's out. Here comes the defense. And right away, Triton has a chance to get rid of it.
Nice block stop. Oh.
Calling that again. It's another one. Another corner for Old. What did you see there? I saw the girl put her stick down pretty well.
I'm not
sure. What do you think he was calling?
Sure. Maybe he thought it hit her hand, but if it did hit her hand's part of the stick there, so I don't know. I mean, something could have happened up at the top that we didn't see.
So Old Rochester coming from the other side now. And does this mean she's going to a different player on her team out there?
Most likely, one of these two on the side.
She brings it right to the girl, second in from the right. Delayed. Now a shot. Right across the middle, blocked well by the Triton goalie. A little bit of chaos in there. Ball won't come out yet. More chaos in there. Another whistle and another one. So with 36 seconds left, all of a sudden Old Rochester. Clock doesn't stop, huh?
No, they'll play the corner out. So what makes a corner end is if the ball comes out of the circle 2 times or it goes out the apron once. So if this runs out, they'll play through the horn into the whistle.
So again, she's coming from this near side. She's got teammates close. Goes to her nearest teammate. And another one.
All right, so the horn's going to go off here, but they're going to play it.
Yeah. All right. So it's kind of the end of the third quarter, but it kind of isn't.
Right.
Actually, I love this rule a lot. This I wish they would do more in soccer, where you just play until the possession is really fully over. All right, so now back to the sort of normal looking
so
setup.
now they're smart. They brought everyone up for Old Rochester.
Chance here, right to the center. Bring it back in.
She's just got to get it out.
Scoop it out us out, and that's it. That's the end of the third quarter. Smart defensive play there by Triton. Well-coached move to just know as soon as she gets it on her stick just to get rid of it, right?
Yep. Yeah. Once it comes out of the circle for the second time, it's over.
Nice. Well, that was some excitement right there at the end of that quarter. Old Rochester turning it up, making something happen.
Yeah, something for them to work on and carry over into the fourth quarter.
And so that the Triton team or the defense can only have 4 players plus the goalie in there, right? Mm-hmm. Is there any time when you mix up who those players are? Like, would you bring any, like if you have a Maddie Hillick who's got great ball handling skills, would you bring them back there?
Yeah, I could see her doing that. You know, if you need someone that has great eye-hand coordination that you need a stick stop on. But it's usually your 4 defenders and 3 defenders and a midi.
Okay. Okay, so you don't typically mix up who goes back in there for the. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there are some other.
There's some crazy tactics out there, you think?
But typically saying it would be your 3 defenders and a midi that would be in there with the goalkeeper.
And has anything changed in the game since you played when you were here at Triton? Anything substantially different?
The self-starts. 1 year here at Triton, we did play with an offsides. They haven't had that in a very long time.
Okay. That would really slow the game down. I would think, yeah.
And then 1 year we had you could score from anywhere on the field. They thought that would increase the scoring, but it really didn't.
It gives the keeper more time to see the ball coming, that's all.
So, but other than that, I mean, it's now 4 quarters. We just had 2 halves. But basically, you know, the positions are the same. They might call them something different. I think the middies, we used to call them links, but now they're middies. Forwards, they're now attacks. So
I like links. That's kind of a better term for it, you know? Midfield is sort of boringly descriptive. Where do you play? You play in the midfield. Links is your little link between the offense and the defense.
That's right.
I like that. I like that. You can start calling them
the
links.
equipment is completely different.
Really?
I was a goalie, and I had the heaviest pads that you could ever wear, and if they got wet, they stayed wet for the whole year, and they were even heavier. But those things are all made out of foam and light as can be. And then we didn't have those big blocker gloves either. We had these tiny little gloves, and I could catch the ball and drop it as a goalkeeper.
Okay.
You can't do that now, not with what they're wearing.
Making it sound like the NHL back in the day.
You know, yeah, with the Jason mask.
Yeah, there you go. All right. All right. Okay, so Triton again bringing out a couple of different players to start off this fourth quarter. And number 4 on the field. Oh, no, it's MIAA Height back into the game. Here on the near side closest to us. Well, Rochester's got to be feeling pretty good. They had some momentum there going at the end. Triton really didn't do a whole lot in that third quarter except for the Maddie Hillick goal.
Right, and I'm sure Donna talked to the players that are in there now saying, you know, nothing's changed. Our expectations are the same, and you need to play at a high level here.
Right.
So.
Once again, Old Rochester stopped by a call off the foot. Here comes over 3 for Triton. Good stick check by Old Rochester, but going the other way. Sends it down.
And hear Donna say, take it, take it. She just wants to go, go, go.
Yeah. Like you said, keep your foot on the gas. That's what you said at halftime. That's what they got to keep doing. The rare play back, and then it ends up coming the other way, yeah. Triton has not played the ball back like that very often. Did not really work out well for him right there. Old Rochester has the ball. Good little spin move. Good stick handling. She controls it still. Runs it all the way down to the side, the wing, before one of her teammates gets it. It's inside the circle.
Nice save.
And then a miss by Old Rochester, but the ball's still alive in there. Just won't come out. It's going to roll out. It's going to be another corner for Old Rochester. Triton puts their 4 in the box.
So like, you know, 16 came over and asked for clarification. I could see her asking Mark, you know, what the call was.
So Old Rochester player has a chat with her teammates, make sure they know where the ball's coming. She's coming from this near side again, which they've done most of the times on these. Comes out, chance to swing and shoot.
That's off a blue stick. So, yeah, 25 coming in. So they've been most successful on this side.
They
so
have,
it makes sense for them to stay on that side.
So now the Triton defense gets to reset. Ball comes all the way back out. Quick running start by Rochester. And then just like that, plays it off her own
she wants
foot,
to go, go, go. She just wants, you know.
Out to the wing. Triton can't quite control it. Going to be Old Rochester ball. Asked for a roster before the game for Old Rochester. I'm not sure why. There's no way I was going to learn those names and numbers. I can't even learn the Triton names and numbers in time, so it's tricky.
A lot of juniors and sophomores.
A lot, yeah. I was reading today they lost something like 11 seniors from last year's team, so.
Well, and
big,
to be back in the state tournament after losing that many, good on them.
That's pretty good. Going Triton's way, though, now. And the Old Rochester fans getting pretty excited because they are definitely pressing this ball. Really had the run of play in the last 10 minutes or so.
Well, we had said at the beginning of the second half, this should be their goal, to be on this side of the field. And they have done that for this half so far.
Mistake there by Old Rochester. And Triton starting to just send the ball up without much regard for where it's going to.
Yeah, I mean, we got some subs in there, probably not used to working with each other.
They'll get some practice now. They get 10 more minutes of playoff field hockey here at Triton, so let's keep it going before the next game.
Though Donna might have seen enough and see a couple of people waiting to come back in, so.
And there's that third-party obstruction on Old Rochester. Nope, on Triton? Yeah, no, on Old Rochester. On Triton.
No, it's on Triton.
Yeah.
Not sure why it was outside, though. That's outside.
Ball's going to come in and slip in the goal. No goal.
It should be a long hit.
No, she shot it from outside the...
Right, it went off the keeper, so it should be a 25 coming out. So it deflects off our keeper, so we're the last one to touch it. So it goes back to Old Rochester.
Okay. Out to the 25. Yeah, she was only probably, I don't know, maybe a couple feet outside the circle, though. It was close. This time they get the ball in the circle, and this time they get a corner. And subs can happen when?
So she can come off, but the subs cannot come in until the ball's been inserted.
Okay.
Yeah, see now the official's letting her know that you cannot come in. But as soon as the ball's put in play, they can come in.
It's coming from the other side now. They're switching it up, seeing if they have some more success over here. Not a great hit by Old Rochester. And then off of a foot. So here comes Triton fast. Bringing it way up the sideline.
Yeah, they get a 4-on-1 if she goes that way and not.
Number 15 for Triton, chasing it down. Good defense by Old Rochester. She's got to get it out of there. She doesn't. Instead, she loses it out of bounds back to Triton. Samantha Kelly controls it, sends it back. Back to Samantha again. 14. Samantha Kelly takes it from her. And it's going which direction? A lot of unhappiness about that goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Loud unhappiness. And again, Old Rochester just sending it up the field right to a Triton stick. Controlled right along the sideline. Still controlled.
Nice job, Neela. That was
play.
Wonderful.
Really well done there. And that looked like it was off the foot, and it was, yep. Triton with a chance here. Nope, off of a Old Rochester stick. Can't control it. It's going to be Old Rochester ball. Under 8 minutes to play now, 5-0. And I gotta say, I'm surprised we haven't seen Old Rochester score just because they've had so much pressure for the second part of the third quarter and for a lot of the fourth. They also might be running out of gas.
They could be. You know, and Donna put a couple of starters back in. I think she was just probably tired of seeing the messy play.
Yeah.
So just the change, just bringing her back in, you know, the change of field.
Yeah, and the confidence to bring that ball right across to the middle, and Paige on the wing again.
Yeah.
Here she comes again. Goes right through a couple girls. Doesn't quite get possession back though. Goes to Old Rochester again. It's a good little tactic. You hear the whistle, you just start playing like it's yours. It's like a throw-in in soccer where you just take the ball, whether they, no matter which way they call it.
You do that too many times, though. You get a little card for delay a game.
And there's 3 different cards in this sport, right? There's sort of like the warning card, then the real yellow card, then the real red card, right?
Well, you get green, yellow, and red.
Green, yellow, and red.
Green are minor infractions or repeated fouls. Yellow are more physical infractions. And then red is you've done something really wrong.
Yeah. So the ball down into the corner again for Old Rochester. Dug out by Triton. Looked like a shot.
Yep, she saved it.
There's a chance again for
that,
Triton to just race it down the field.
Put it out there in front of him and see who gets there first. You just need their sticks down. Donna was screaming, stick down, stick down.
And she was running with it like up high. Yeah.
You want that stick down so when the ball comes back at you, you can just redirect it and go.
Yeah, and what kind of guidelines do you give referees on those sort of the green, yellow, and red? Is it red as you know when you see it? I mean, that's...
Well,
right.
I mean, everything's in the rule book. You know, like a 5-yard infraction after a warning is a green card.
Oh, chance here for Old Rochester, but it's going to roll out.
You know, mouth guard, illegal substitution, repeated fouls. You know, those are all your basic green cards. Yellows are more like physical cards, unless it's an upgrade of something that's happened already and you had a green card for it.
So here comes Old Rochester again. They've had some good pressure in the last minute or so. Haven't been able to keep possession though. That's going to go out. It's going to be their ball. 5 minutes to play now. They look tired.
That was a major stick obstruction.
Chance here. She's got a lot of field in front of her. Then an Old Rochester player closes down on her. She can't quite keep it in.
That's it, Emmy. Go. Nice defense. Stay with it.
4.5 to play.
That's it. Nice.
It's dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous. Linda
Hitting
had
it
it.
up like that?
Yeah.
It's not her call though, huh?
No.
Yeah.
But they have headsets on, so she could have chirped in his ear.
It's going Old Rochester's way again. Here they go. Good defense by Triton. Get possession again. Chance to send it up. Controls it and it finally goes out. It's going to be Triton ball. How much does Triton slow down here? Just sort of possess, or is it too hard to keep possessing for too long to try and?
I'm not sure if that's in her itinerary. You know,
It's not.
You know anything about Donna? She plays 100%
Right,
at full speed.
Right. There's no slow it down.
Yeah. I mean, if this was a close game and you needed to eat up some time, I am sure
Right.
that would be happening.
But she wants to keep her players
Right, moving. It's
aggressive
cool.
and moving.
Yeah.
Yep. Fair enough.
There might have been some talk about, you know, hey, let's, you know, we're not really looking for more goals. We're just looking to really move the ball.
Yeah, and you can do that. You move the ball, get it in the circle. Let's you know see what happens, as opposed to let's go full speed, get more goals. But you're right. You don't want to slow these players down. It's a cold night, and you want to keep that momentum continuing in the playoffs. So under 3 to play now. Triton up 5-0.
Especially with some players that don't normally play, you want them to experience it.
Experience the speed of the game. Experience the under the lights of the game. Yeah.
Right, and if they want to become starters at some point, this is the level you have to play at.
Ball's down there. Finally in the circle again. A great chance for
Nice save.
Old Rochester.
Yeah.
Excellent save. The freshman comes up huge on that one. Chaos inside. Triton Girl goes down. But Triton gets the ball. Paige Levitt on the wing. Controlling it. Sends it. Excellent play by Paige Levitt. Nicely done. Now they're chasing. Ball's going to run all the way out, way past
Just bringing those 2 players back in, really helped this group that's out here now to play a little more cohesively.
Yeah, and there's some confidence too when you have the players out there with you, that you're not, looking around to see the captains or whoever it might be. Keep them going. I did not write down who the Triton captains are. I don't know if you know who they are.
I do not.
Yeah. Try to bring it to the center, and they do. Got some help there again, sending it to the middle. Old Rochester clears. They don't have numbers, though. A lot of space. Really solid, calm defense right there.
Yeah, and they all are back, and they've got recovering and getting back down.
Beautiful little pass right into the middle, but it's going to run out the back of the end zone. Minute 13 to play.
They're saying it went off Old Rochester because Triton's getting the ball back.
So she's at the 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
Send it in, make a little something more happen inside the circle. A little bit of chaos there. The ball out, and that time it's going to be Old Rochester ball. Yep.
Yep. 16-yard hit coming out.
Not a lot of time left for 5 goals, but Old Rochester maybe enough time to at least send it back down there, get another corner. If they can make something happen. Chance here again. They don't have numbers. Well, they get 4 on 3, but Triton on the ball. There's a foul. Oh, that's tough because there's so little time left. So by the time they get the ball back, this game's going to be over. 10 seconds now left.
Yeah.
9, 8. Not a lot of time left for them to at least get on the board, and they're not going to, I don't think. Oh, here's a chance, though. And there it is. There's your final. 5-0 Triton Vikings. First home playoff game for the 2021 field hockey season, and they come up huge.
Yeah, and the goalkeeper stayed in the game. Mentally, you could see her, and secured the shutout, which is great.
She had a couple great saves there at the end too, in that fourth quarter when old Rochester finally started putting the pressure on them. But you're right, freshman goalkeeper came up big. Seniors, Maddie Hillick and Paige and the other seniors played really, really well tonight. They look good. They look like a team that can make a deep run in the playoffs.
It'd be interesting to see if they can keep that pace up, if they have to, if the starters have to play the entire game at that pace. If they do, I don't know how many schools could keep up with that. I mean, there are some, as you go further along in the tournament, they'll see a lot more better competition. But I love the pace that they were playing at.
And they never looked tired.
No,
they
they
kept
did
that pace
not.
up the whole time, which is fantastic. So how does this team compare to the team that has some banners hanging up in the I waited to the end to ask you that question. I wanted to make sure that they won. But
we played on the grass, so I would love to see what our team back then could do on turf. We had some really good players back in the day, but the game has evolved, and there's so much more skill now than what we had when we played. But it's just great to see Triton field hockey strong again, and carrying on that tradition of getting into the state tournament. Even though I'm supposed to be neutral.
No, you're not. Not when you're sitting here with a headset on. You're definitely not neutral. There's none of that. So.
It's watching a Cape Ann League team advance is very good to watch, and I'll always bleed blue. So
absolutely. Well, thank you for the last minute stepping into the booth.
No
I really
problem.
appreciate it. Thank you, Bob, for putting this together. I'm really glad we got to do field hockey. Wanting to do this for a long time, and now we get to do it in the playoffs. It's really fantastic. So thank you very, very much, and we'll see what happens for the next game.
Yes.
Excellent. Thanks.